Welcome to 10 Spot Highlights, where we uncover the most fascinating top 10 lists, from ancient mysteries to groundbreaking future evolutions. Dive into the captivating stories of the past, explore unsolved enigmas, and see how history shapes our tomorrow. Don't miss out. Hit like, subscribe, and explore the rest of our videos for a journey through time and mystery. Your next adventure starts here. Welcome to 10 Spot Highlights, where we uncover the most fascinating mysteries of our universe and beyond. Today, we're diving into the top 10 things that prove aliens exist, a journey that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you love exploring the unknown. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Which of these cases do you believe? And which ones have you heard about before? Stay tuned until the very end, because the number one topic is absolutely mind-blowing. You won't want to miss it. Event X. The Roswell Incident. The Roswell UFO incident is one of the most iconic and controversial cases in the history of extraterrestrial lore, blending mystery and government secrecy into an enduring legend. The story began in July 1947, when a rancher named Mac Brazel discovered strange debris scattered across his property in Roswell, New Mexico. The material, described as lightweight yet indestructible, included metallic fragments and beams etched with symbols resembling hieroglyphs. Brazel reported his discovery to the local sheriff, who contacted the nearby Roswell Army Airfield. On July 8th, the military issued a groundbreaking statement, claiming they had recovered the wreckage of a flying disc. This announcement sent shockwaves across the globe, igniting hopes that humanity had made contact with alien life. However, within hours, the military retracted its statement, claiming the debris was nothing more than a weather balloon. This sudden reversal only fueled public suspicion. Over the years, numerous witnesses have come forward with astonishing claims. Accounts of alien bodies recovered from the crash site, autopsies conducted in secret, and the transportation of the wreckage to Area 51, a top-secret military base shrouded in mystery. Skeptics argue that the Roswell incident was merely a misunderstanding, pointing to Project Mogul, a classified U.S. program that used high-altitude balloons to detect Soviet nuclear tests. They contend that the debris was part of this operation, not an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Despite the skepticism, the Roswell incident has cemented its place in popular culture, inspiring countless books, documentaries, and movies. It also gave rise to the modern UFO phenomenon, making Roswell synonymous with alien encounters and government cover-ups. Was the Roswell crash an accidental glimpse into extraterrestrial life, or was it a Cold War-era misunderstanding blown out of proportion? The debate continues, but one thing is certain: Roswell remains a cornerstone in the search for answers about life beyond Earth. What do you think really happened at Roswell in 1947? Was it an alien crash, a secret military experiment, or something else entirely? Let us know your theories in the comments below. Event 9. The Phoenix Lights. On the night of March 13, 1997, the skies over Arizona lit up with a phenomenon that remains one of the most compelling UFO sightings in history. Known as the Phoenix Lights, this event involved thousands of witnesses and spanned hundreds of miles, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and eerie accounts. It all began at around 7:30 p.m., when people from Nevada to Phoenix reported seeing a massive V-shaped craft silently gliding through the sky. The craft appeared to have 5 distinct lights along its edges and was described as larger than a football field. Witnesses claimed it blocked out the stars as it passed overhead, and despite its size, it made no sound. As the night progressed, a second wave of lights appeared over Phoenix, a series of stationary orbs that hovered in a perfect line for several minutes before vanishing. These lights were captured on video by multiple residents, creating some of the most well-documented UFO footage to date. The event sparked widespread media attention and prompted an investigation by the military. The official explanation? The lights were flares dropped during a training exercise at the Barry Goldwater Range. However, this explanation failed to account for the V-shaped craft seen earlier that night. Eyewitnesses, including a former governor of Arizona, Fife Symington, have publicly stated their belief that what they saw was not of this earth. Symington later described the craft as otherworldly and admitted that the official explanation didn't align with what he witnessed. The Phoenix Lights remain a cornerstone in modern UFO lore. Skeptics argue that the lights were simply misidentified aircraft or atmospheric phenomena, but believers see it as one of the clearest signs of extraterrestrial visitation. Were the Phoenix Lights an elaborate hoax, a military operation, or undeniable proof of alien life? The mystery endures, and so does the intrigue surrounding that unforgettable night. Do you believe the Phoenix Lights were of alien origin, or is there a more down-to-earth explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. Event 8: The WOW Signal. In the summer of 1977, astronomer Jerry R. Amon was working on a project at the Big Ear Radio Telescope in Ohio when he stumbled upon something extraordinary. While scanning the skies for signs of extraterrestrial life, the telescope recorded an unusual 72-second radio signal from the constellation Sagittarius. This signal, which came to be known as the WOW signal, remains one of the most compelling pieces of evidence in the search for alien intelligence. The signal was remarkable for its intensity and frequency, appearing as a sudden spike in the data, something vastly different from the background noise of the universe. So extraordinary was the discovery that Amon circled the signal on the printout and wrote "WOW" in the margin, giving the event its name. What made the WOW signal so intriguing was its origin. It came from a narrow band of frequencies that scientists believe are ideal for interstellar communication. Even more mysterious, the signal matched no known natural or terrestrial sources, making it unlike anything previously recorded. Despite repeated attempts to detect it again, the signal has never reappeared. This has led to endless speculation about its source. Could it have been an extraterrestrial transmission aimed at Earth? Or was it a one-time cosmic event, such as a naturally occurring radio burst from a distant star? Skeptics argue that the signal may have been the result of an unrecognized terrestrial interference or even a malfunction in the equipment. However, its characteristics, narrowband, high intensity, and short duration, are highly unusual for man-made signals. The WOW signal continues to intrigue scientists and alien enthusiasts alike. It has inspired countless books, documentaries, and discussions about the possibility of intelligent life beyond our planet. While the true nature of the signal remains a mystery, it has become a symbol of humanity's ongoing quest to answer the ultimate question: are we alone? What do you think the WOW signal was? An alien message, a cosmic anomaly, or something else? Let us know your theories in the comments below. Event 7: The Rendlesham Forest Incident. Deep in the woods of Suffolk, England lies Rendlesham Forest, the site of one of the most well-documented UFO encounters in history. Often referred to as Britain's Roswell, the events of December 1980 involved multiple witnesses, official reports, and mysterious physical evidence that continues to baffle investigators. The incident began on the night of December 26th, when U.S. Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge reported seeing strange lights descending into the forest. Thinking it might be a downed aircraft, a small team, including Sergeant Jim Peniston, ventured into the woods to investigate. What they found was anything but ordinary. Peniston described encountering a triangular craft, roughly 3 meters wide at its base, hovering just above the ground. The surface of the object was metallic, covered in strange symbols that resembled hieroglyphs. As Peniston approached, he claimed the craft emitted a warm glow and an intense sense of static electricity. He even touched the object, which he described as smooth and warm to the touch. The craft suddenly shot up into the sky at an unimaginable speed, leaving the team stunned. Over the next few days, similar lights were reported in the area by other personnel. Colonel Charles Halt, the deputy base commander, even recorded an audio account while investigating the forest, describing pulsating lights and unexplained movements in the sky. The aftermath was just as mysterious. The area where the craft had landed showed abnormal radiation levels, and the impressions left in the ground formed a perfect triangular pattern. Despite these findings, the official explanation dismissed the event as misidentified lights from a nearby lighthouse and stars. Skeptics remain unconvinced by the UFO claims, attributing the sightings to stress, misperceptions, or even a prank. However, the detailed accounts of military personnel, combined with physical evidence, have made this incident one of the most credible UFO cases ever reported. Was Rendlesham Forest visited by an extraterrestrial craft, or is there a more mundane explanation? Decades later, the mystery remains unsolved, and the forest continues to attract UFO enthusiasts from around the world. Do you believe the Rendlesham Forest incident was a genuine UFO encounter, or simply a case of misidentified phenomena? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Event 6. The Black Knight Satellite. Orbiting our planet is a mystery that has baffled scientists, conspiracy theorists, and UFO enthusiasts alike. The Black Knight Satellite. Believed by some to be an alien probe, this enigmatic object has been the subject of speculation for decades, blending science, space exploration, and extraterrestrial intrigue into one compelling narrative. The story begins in the late 1950s when the US and Soviet Union were locked in the space race. During this period, early radar systems reportedly detected an unidentified object orbiting Earth in a polar orbit, a feat that was technologically impossible for human-made satellites at the time. This sparked rumors that the object was of alien origin, placed there to monitor humanity. The mystery deepened in 1960 when the U.S. Department of Defense announced that it had identified a dark object in orbit. While officials dismissed it as a fragment of a lost satellite, others were less convinced. Over the years, photographs from space missions, including those by NASA, have captured images of an unusual, irregularly shaped object in low Earth orbit. One of the most famous photos came from the 1998 STS-88 space shuttle mission, showing a dark, metallic-looking object floating above Earth. While skeptics argue that it was likely a thermal blanket lost during the mission, believers point to its unique shape and behavior as evidence of alien technology. Adding to the intrigue are claims that famed inventor Nikola Tesla may have detected signals from the Black Knight satellite as early as 1899, long before human-made objects were launched into space. Tesla himself believed he had intercepted extraterrestrial communications, though the source of these signals remains a mystery. Skeptics attribute the Black Knight satellite to misidentified space debris, a collection of unrelated observations stitched together by overactive imaginations. However, its enduring presence in UFO lore has made it a cultural icon, inspiring countless documentaries, books, and even works of fiction. Is the Black Knight satellite a relic of alien intelligence, a misunderstood natural phenomenon, or simply a piece of lost space junk? The truth may be out there, but for now, the mystery continues to orbit above us. Do you think the Black Knight satellite is an alien probe, a misunderstood object, or just a modern myth? Drop your theories in the comments below. Event 5. The Pascagoula Abduction. On the evening of October 11, 1973, two men, Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker, were fishing on the Pascagoula River in Mississippi when they experienced what has become one of the most chilling alien abduction cases in history. Their story, which includes terrifying details and consistent testimony, has captured the attention of believers and skeptics alike. The night started as any other. Hickson and Parker were quietly fishing when they noticed a strange glowing craft descending toward them. The object was oval-shaped, approximately 30 feet long, and emitted a bluish light. Before they could react, 3 beings emerged from the craft and approached them. The creatures were described as humanoid, but unlike anything on Earth. They were roughly 5 feet tall, with gray wrinkled skin, claw-like hands, and no visible eyes. Instead, they had small slits for mouths and pointed cone-shaped heads. Hickson and Parker claimed they were paralyzed and levitated into the craft. Inside, Hickson recalled being subjected to a thorough examination by a device that emitted a mechanical humming sound. Parker, who was only 19 at the time, was so traumatized that he initially fainted during the experience. The entire ordeal lasted around 20 minutes before the men were returned to the riverbank, unharmed but deeply shaken. The 2 men immediately reported the incident to the local sheriff. Despite initial skepticism, their emotional state and detailed accounts made the authorities take them seriously. Secretly recorded conversations between the men during questioning revealed their genuine fear and confusion, adding credibility to their claims. While skeptics argue that the incident was either a hoax or a hallucination, Hickson and Parker maintained their story until their deaths. Parker, who initially avoided the spotlight, eventually published a book detailing his experiences, further fueling interest in the case. The Pascagoula abduction remains one of the most well-documented and puzzling alien encounter stories. Whether you believe the men's account or not, their story has become a cornerstone of UFO lore, raising questions about what might be lurking beyond our world. Do you think Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker truly experienced an alien abduction, or was it something else? Share your theories in the comments below. Event 4. The Battle of Los Angeles. In the early hours of February 25, 1942, just months after the attack on Pearl Harbor, Los Angeles was plunged into chaos when unidentified objects appeared in the skies. What followed has come to be known as the Battle of Los Angeles, a bizarre and unexplained event that has sparked decades of speculation about UFOs and alien visitors. At approximately 2:25 a.m., air raid sirens blared across the city, waking residents and sending military personnel scrambling to their stations. Radar operators had detected an unidentified object about 120 miles off the coast. Believing it could be an enemy aircraft, the military ordered a citywide blackout and manned anti-aircraft guns. Witnesses reported seeing a large, slow-moving object in the sky, illuminated by searchlights and surrounded by bursts of anti-aircraft fire. For nearly an hour, over 1,400 shells were fired at the object, but it seemed impervious to the assault. Some described seeing smaller objects accompanying the larger one, moving erratically and at high speeds. Despite the chaos, no enemy aircraft were ever found, and the incident resulted in no significant damage apart from property destruction caused by falling shrapnel. Tragically, the panic and confusion led to several civilian deaths, primarily from heart attacks and car accidents during the blackout. The official explanation from the military was that the event was a false alarm caused by a weather balloon and war jitters. However, many witnesses, including experienced military personnel, rejected this explanation, insisting that they saw something far more substantial and inexplicable. Over the years, theories have ranged from a secret Japanese aircraft to extraterrestrial visitors. The incident has been immortalized in UFO lore and even inspired depictions in films and media. To this day, the Battle of Los Angeles remains one of the most perplexing mass sightings in history. Was the Battle of Los Angeles a case of wartime paranoia, or did something truly unearthly visit the city that night? Do you think the Battle of Los Angeles was a wartime misunderstanding, or could it have been an extraterrestrial encounter? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Event 3. The Betty and Barney Hill Abduction. On the night of September 19, 1961, Betty and Barney Hill, a married couple from New Hampshire, experienced an encounter that would become one of the most famous UFO abduction cases in history. Their story has fascinated believers and skeptics alike, offering chilling details of an alleged alien encounter. The Hills were driving home from a vacation in Canada when they noticed a strange, bright light in the sky that seemed to follow their car. Curious and increasingly uneasy, they stopped to observe the object with binoculars. To their shock, they claimed to see humanoid figures through the craft's windows. Feeling threatened, Barney attempted to drive away, but the craft descended, blocking their path. The couple reported hearing a series of beeping noises before losing consciousness. When they awoke, they found themselves miles down the road with no memory of how they got there. In the weeks that followed, the Hills experienced disturbing dreams and anxiety. Under hypnosis, both recounted being taken aboard a spacecraft by gray-skinned beings with large heads and eyes. They described being subjected to medical examinations during which samples of their skin, hair, and nails were allegedly collected. What makes the case particularly intriguing is the level of detail in their accounts, which matched despite being hypnotized separately. Betty also recalled being shown a star map by one of the beings, which she later recreated from memory. Astronomers have debated whether this map corresponds to real star systems. While skeptics attribute the incident to sleep deprivation, stress, or even vivid imaginations, the Hills' story remains a cornerstone of UFO lore, inspiring countless books, documentaries, and movies. Were Betty and Barney Hill the first widely documented victims of alien abduction, or is their story the result of misinterpretation and suggestion? The debate continues. Event 2. The Phoenix Lights. On the evening of March 13, 1997, thousands of people across Arizona, Nevada, and parts of Mexico witnessed one of the most widely reported UFO sightings in history. Known as the Phoenix Lights, this event has remained a cornerstone of UFO discussions, blending eyewitness accounts, photographic evidence, and unanswered questions. The phenomenon began around 7:30 p.m., when a V-shaped formation of lights appeared in the sky, moving steadily across the region. Witnesses described the formation as enormous, some estimating it to be over a mile wide. The lights moved silently, hovering at times and blotting out the stars behind them, suggesting a solid object rather than individual aircraft. By 10 p.m., the lights had reached the Phoenix area, where they were seen by thousands more people, including then-Governor Fife Symington. Symington later described the object as otherworldly and unlike anything he had ever seen. The military initially claimed the lights were flares dropped during a training exercise, but this explanation failed to account for the V-shaped formation seen earlier in the evening. Eyewitnesses rejected the flare theory, citing the object's slow, steady movement and the lack of sound. What makes the Phoenix Lights particularly compelling is the sheer number of credible witnesses. Pilots, police officers, and everyday citizens reported consistent details, and several photographs and videos of the event exist. Yet no definitive explanation has ever been provided. For some, the Phoenix Lights represent undeniable proof of extraterrestrial visitors. For others, they remain a mystery, possibly linked to advanced military technology. Either way, the event has left an enduring legacy, sparking documentaries, investigations, and even appearances in popular culture. Were the Phoenix Lights a glimpse of alien technology, a secret military operation, or something else entirely? Decades later, the mystery continues to captivate the imagination of people around the world. Event 1. The Rendlesham Forest Incident. In late December 1980, a series of strange events unfolded in Rendlesham Forest, near RAF Woodbridge in Suffolk, England. These events, often referred to as Britain's Roswell, involved military personnel and sparked debates about alien encounters that persist to this day. It all began in the early hours of December 26th, when 2 U.S. Air Force security officers reported seeing unusual lights descending into the forest. Thinking it might be a downed aircraft, they went to investigate. What they encountered, however, was no ordinary crash. The men described a glowing metallic object with strange markings, hovering or resting on tripod-like legs. As they approached, the object emitted a bright light and then quickly maneuvered through the trees, defying conventional flight capabilities. Over the next 2 nights, further sightings were reported, including one where military personnel observed unexplained lights in the sky that moved erratically and emitted beams of light down toward the ground. A senior officer even recorded his experiences in a memo that later became public, adding credibility to the claims. Radiation readings taken from the landing site showed unusual spikes, and impressions in the ground matched the tripod legs described by the witnesses. Despite these findings, skeptics have suggested alternative explanations, including misidentified aircraft, bright stars, or even a nearby lighthouse. The Rendlesham Forest incident remains one of the best documented UFO sightings involving military witnesses. It has inspired countless investigations, books, and even government debates about the existence of extraterrestrial life. Was the Rendlesham Forest incident a secret military test, a natural phenomenon, or evidence of visitors from another world? Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the top 10 things that prove aliens exist. We hope you enjoyed exploring these fascinating events and theories as much as we did. If you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our next thrilling countdown. And remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Drop your thoughts, theories, and favorite moments in the comments below. Stay curious, keep exploring, and we'll see you next time on 10 Spot Highlights. Until then, keep your eyes on the skies. Thanks for watching 10 Spot Highlights, where the past, present, and future collide in our top 10 lists. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to join us on more fascinating adventures through time and mystery. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned. There's so much more to uncover in our next video. See you soon.